Hello guys, welcome to my channel, and this is the article series. If you don't know what the series is about, it's about me as a child having this hobby to cut newspaper articles and thinking I would read them. But after 8 years I'm reading them and I'm glad I can share this knowledge with you. So let's go. Our conservations so our forests conservation issue in Nepal. Nepal was once an extensively forested country. Hariban Nepal Kotan. Green forests Nepal's riches. He used to be popular saying that highlighted green forest as one of the important commodities of the nation. Land clearings for agricultural land, demand for timber and firewood, interest of people to earn money from deforestation besides the political situation have been some major reasons of deforestation. According to a report prepared by Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources and Means of 2067 BS, which means 2010. It's called 80. Deforestation was high in Nepal in 2018 BS 1961, which got much higher during the Panchayat system in 2036 BS 1979 80. It states that the rate of deforestation in the fiscal year 2066-67 BS 2009 or 2010 80 was as high as that in 2036 BS. Forests having a big role to play for a balanced and healthy environment. In this context, the UN has declared the year 2011 as the International Year of Forests, which has been endorsed by the Nepal government too. The celebration of World Environment Day (WED) on June 5 with the slogan "Forest Nature at Your Service" is another significant step on global level that highlights the significance of forests. Nepal too seems to be proactive to some extent to conserve and revive the once green and healthy forest. The present status of forest. The last national forest inventory on forest of Nepal was carried out from 1989 to 1996. According to the inventory, forests and shrubs to gather cover about 39.6% of the total land area of the country. That inventory has identified nearly 29% as dense forest and almost 10% as degraded land, which too is part of the forest land, said Arun Paudel, planning officer at the Ministry of Forest. The Global Forest Resources Assessment 2010 Nepal Country Report prepared Food and Agriculture Organization (FAO) has highlighted the significance of community forestry in Nepal. Community forestry policy has been implemented from the early 80s and started to hand over all accessible national forests to local people for their management and use. This policy has brought about significant positive change to restore the denuded mountain landscape. Denuded. Yeah. The way community forests contribute to revive the forest land can be it argued the forest area has increased in our nation. Dilbad Khatri, ecosystem service specialist and senior program officer at Forest Action, does not agree the forests in Tarai region are going to vanish if deforestation is not checked on time, and claimed Khatri. Action against deforestation. The report of Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources and Means conducted in the previous fiscal years claims that Nepal saw the worst deforestation in the last 30 years. People organization and even the then Prime Minister Madhav Kumar Nepal had expressed concern as to what this report highlighted. In the wake of the report, high-level judicial commission 2010 was formed and to study deforestation. Though the findings of the commission has not been made public, Paudel stated it is heard action against over 100 people have been recommended by the Commission. The report, which was handed over to Prime Minister Nath Khanal in February this year, however, has not been made public with expressing his doubts over the fairness and implementation of the report. And Khatri said it is heard that many district forest officers that with political links main, maintained have not been named for the action. First, the fairness of the findings should be ensured and it should be made public. Why forests? The significance of forests has been realized not only on the national but also on the international level. The year 2011 has been declared as the International Year of Forests that has been endorsed by our government, declaring the same year as Planned Holiday Year. The theme of WED is forest. People throughout the world will celebrate with the slogan Forest Nature at your service. This is the first time WED is being celebrated with the theme of forest globally, informed Santosh Mani Nepal, Director Policy and Support at World Wildlife Fund Nepal, who is also Natural Resources Specialist at Parliamentary Committee on the Natural Resources and Means. Forest is the cheapest mechanism that helps in reducing global warming and people to adapt to climate change, which is one of the reasons the significance of the forest is being realized these days, he pointed out. And it is true that around 80% of the people in Nepal depend upon forest resources for their livelihood. Though, though Nepal's emission do not add too much, it is our moral responsibility to save forest as the livelihood of the majority of people here is associated with forests, he said. Not only human beings, even biodiversity are negatively affected by the deforestation out of 500,000 lakh, 58 lakh hectares of forest in Nepal. 1 lakh 19 lakh hectares is national forest outside of protected area. There are hardly any wild limits in this forest, yes, as they are not observed, said Nepal. According a proposal of not reducing the total forest cover of the nation to less than 40% has been made the new constitution. It is surely a good step towards conservation. However, Karti and Nepal argue that the improvement of governance and the improvement of governance with the transparency is a must to save and conserve our forests. I think we should save forests. That's what it said, basically. And the reasons of deforestation and everything. So that's it. Goodbye.